So as stewards of the image of God, we've got to realize what we don't do reflects back on our God. When we treat someone rough or lose our tempers or say things we shouldn't say or do something we shouldn't do, that reflects back to our Creator. But by contrast, if we live a life where we dedicate ourselves to being His image in the world, we can change the lives of those around us. Years ago, the Communist Chinese commissioned an author to write a biography of a missionary there named Hudson Taylor. The author was paid to destroy the facts and present Taylor in a bad light. The columnists wanted to discredit him and ruin his ministry, but as the author was doing his research, he was increasingly impressed by Taylor's character and godly life, and he found it extremely difficult to carry out the assigned task with clear conscience. Eventually, at the risk of losing his life, the author quit his job, renounced his atheism, and decided to follow Jesus. Taylor won this man without even knowing he was being watched. He lived his life as one having been made in the image of God. The story is told of a preacher that was traveling with his wife and had stopped at a restaurant for a meal. They just wanted to eat and be on their way, but an older gentleman walked over their table and wanted to talk to them. They really didn't want to talk, but they were just too polite to say so. "What do you do for a living?" the older man asked. "I'm a preacher," was the reply. "Well then, I have a story you may find interesting. My mother wasn't married when I was born. When I started to school, my classmates had a name for me, and it wasn't a very nice name. I used to go off by myself, both at recess and during lunchtime, because of the taunts of my playmates, which cut me deeply. What was worse was going downtown on Saturday afternoon and finding every eye burning a hole through you. They were all wondering who my real father was. When I was about 12, a new preacher came to our town. I would always go in late and slip out early, but one day the preacher said the benediction so fast I got caught and I had to walk out with the crowd. I could feel every eye in the church on me. Just about the time I got to the door, I looked up at the preacher was looking right at me. "Who are you, son? Whose boy are you?" I felt an old weight come upon me. It was like a big black cloud. Even the preacher was putting me down, I thought. But as the preacher looked at me, studying my face, he began a big smile of recognition. "Wait a minute," he said. "I know who you are. I see family resemblance. You are the Son of God." With that, he slapped me across the back and said, "Boy, you've got an inheritance. Come and claim it." At that, the old man got up and left. When the preacher and his wife finished his meal, they went to the cash register to pay the bill. The waitress said, "Do you know who that old man was speaking to you?" That was Ben Harper, the former governor of our state. This is his hometown, and he retired here a few years ago. Just a few words from a preacher telling this young man he was born in the image of God changed his life, and it can change yours too. That's why we offer an invitation at the end of every service. That's why we do what we do today. You are a divine purpose. You are divine. You was made into His image, out of the dust of the earth, divine dirt. That's what you are. You are worthy tonight. It don't matter what your past was, or don't matter what you came from. All that matters is if you give your heart to the Lord today.